Okay, so here we are on board the mighty Comanche for a quick tour inside, and we thought we'd start up the front with one of the more important parts of the boat, the toilet, or the head as it's called on the boat. As you can see, like everything on Comanche, it's made out of carbon. It's pretty nice. It's in between these two longitudinals, so you can really, when the boat's lurching around up here, you can really assume the position and hang on tight, because it can be pretty bouncy. So that's the toilet. To your right, you can actually see Stu Bannatyne there trying on his life jacket and his harness. Up here is we keep all the wet weather gear so that it can drain down into the bilges and then get pumped out. As we make our way aft, other notable things with the boat, on your right is the most forward ballast tanks. Comanche has two forms of ballast which contribute to the boat's power. One is the canting keel, which swings through 70 degrees, and the other one is these thousands of litres of water ballast which get pumped into 4 separate tanks along the side of the boat. On your left, coming aft, we have the galley. It's got a couple of dehumidifiers in it at the moment. The little burners are actually just to meet the rule, but predominantly all the food is freeze-dried. Well, all the food is freeze-dried, and we have this hot water califont, which is on all the time to give us instant hot water, which just goes into the guys' personal little bags of freeze-dried, which we've already prepared. As we make our way aft, more water ballast tanks, the big canting keel system. So underneath here is the big rams for the boat's canting keel system. This boat actually has a really bulletproof system on it. It has one big ram which drives the keel, and then it has this big safety cylinder on the other side which enables us to lock the keel if we ever had an issue. As we make our way aft, inside this big box is the boat's engine and hydraulic power. Since the boat's been converted to hydraulic winches, the engine is running all the time. Obviously the propeller's up out of the boat, so there's no propellers spinning, but the engine is running, and when you push a button, the engine revs and then engages the hydraulic winch. One of the things which is very surprising for people that come sailing on a boat like Comanche for the first time is how noisy it is. The band, it's like living inside a drum, and then you've got this 500 horsepower engine which is revving to 3,500 RPMs anytime someone pushes a button. So life down here is a little grisly, to be fair. Coming aft, more water ballast tanks, and here's the nerve centre of the boat. This is the nav station. This is where all the decisions are made. Stan Honey obviously spends a lot of time down here working with Jim Cooney, the skipper, myself, the tactician, and then the watch captains. Lots of discussions going on here, lots of the strategy. Navigation these days isn't really about getting from point A to point B, it's about how we're going to get there the fastest we can. On your right are the ballast tanks and then the bunks. We've got 9 bunks aside. Of course, one thing to remember here is every time we tack or jibe, anyone that is been lucky enough to get in a bunk has to get up and swap to the other side. So we will run watches and get the guys down to have a sleep whenever they can. That's pretty much it inside Comanche. Not a lot more to see. Very noisy, can get a bit wet, but luckily we're going fast, and so hopefully we'll be there as quick as possible.